All right. Ernest.
Thank you, Doc.
Yes.
Greetings to
45 is back as 47.
Greetings to my brother, Kwesi, and all the viewers all over the world, wherever they are. Trump got some people jubilating this morning. Somebody called me early in the morning. And I was like, since when did American elections determine the Ghanaian election? But Trump went into this election a fighter. He knew that a lot of things were not working for him. The government had tried to do a lot of things against him. Like Kwesi said, he's more or less a convicted felony. He's going to be, in a week or so, they were going to pronounce judgment on some of his issues. The guy is back in the White House. He fought a good fight against all the odds. And some of the states that we had Trump winning from were unusual. You would not naturally get a lot of the Latinos and the blacks fully going for the Democrats. Unfortunately, a lot of them went for Trump. So it should tell you that the guy sent certain messages that people were ready to work with. And it's worked for him. If you bring that one to Ghana and you think that just by virtue of the fact that somebody had won in America, there's a comeback in America, another person is coming back. The conditions, the kind of things that we will look at, that we will want to base our votes on. Somebody will go and queue in the sun and want to vote for a candidate. May not necessarily be the reasons why President Trump or any other person will win in another country. You see, I see Trump to be a very strong character, very, very strong character. And with that kind of person, no matter what you throw at him, he is still standing. He didn't care what anybody will say about him. If you throw something at him, he throws it back at you. In Ghana, somebody would have said, oh, you are arrogant and all that, and for that matter, I will not queue and vote for you. The Americans, for one way or the other, may appreciate some strong characters. We saw these ones in George Bush and some other former presidents of America. So I'm seeing Trump to be that kind of character who people want to work with. They think that coming back will do America some good. He gave them some nice promises too. He said he was going to end the war, like he said, in 24 hours. So the election hasn't been called yet. I don't know whether it's been called by now that we are in the studio, but it hasn't been called fully yet. They said he was left with, I think, four Electoral College votes for him to be called president. So immediately he is called president, the clock begins to tick for his 24-hour promise of ending the war. And we will see how he will...
He's not president yet.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He has four more states, 4 more Electoral College.
Yeah. He becomes president in January.
So, but the moment you know you've won, Kwesi, and you are sitting in the house knowing that I am a president, more quote and unquote, in the fridge, that I will be outdoored soon, you begin to take steps. I don't want to believe that he goes to sleep and he will be waiting for him to be outdoored, to be sworn in before he gets up to say he's president. Once he's won, and the Trump, if you know Trump, you listen to him. I was also listening to him on BBC as I moved here. And his whole speech was like, he was happy. He's just a joke or something. He was trying to let the people feel good about him. He feels that he's won. He never said he's won, but he called his wife a first lady anyway. So I don't know whether he was referring to the past first lady or the current election. But from the way things are going, the kind of states that we have heard that the Democrats have lost, which hitherto they wouldn't have lost, the places where they won in 2020, they've lost them. Trump is gaining grounds in areas where in 2020 he lost. So you could see that he's only left to be pronounced president. And one thing I heard that I said, oh, the guy has won, was that even the stage that the Kamala Harris's team had put together, that crowd had gathered there, and the crowd were waiting for Kamala Harris to come and address them. All the people have vanished from the place. She herself had left. She's no longer speaking to them. She'll be speaking on Wednesday or something. It's a done deal, Kwesi. I believe that this is not a comfortable lead matter. This is a matter of he's only waiting to be pronounced. The 4 states will come. He gets his 270, and then he's president. We are going to see something slightly different here in Ghana because, like you said, people are looking at certain things there to go and vote. Here we are also looking at some other things. There may be things that will intersect. They will join somewhere. There are things like economy where people will be looking at it. But somebody, I told you the last time I traveled to the Western region. And look, in the Western, somewhere in a village in the Western region, all the people needed was a 4-seater public toilet. And it sounds funny. I was like, wow. And the candidate said, that's it. That's all we want. That's what we want to put here. The people were happy when that small edifice was put there because governments have come, governments have gone. And I used to hear open defecation. I thought it was just some theory. I saw it with my own 2 eyes, and people were excited about just the public toilet in their area, which they have missed for years. And this government has provided it for them. So people are looking at certain things that maybe Kwesi and I sitting here may think that they don't matter, but to them it's a big deal. And therefore, whatever the situation is, I believe our situation in Ghana here is going to be completely different. And that one, I can tell the people listening to us, if you are an MPP person listening to me this morning, rest assured that we are fighting a good fight, and this election is coming our way. Difficult as it might be, it's coming our way. That assurance I can give you. It is not what the NDC or any other person says MPP is going to steal this election and all that. I have said it on several platforms. It's not easy to steal elections in this modern day, especially in a country like Ghana today when everybody is aggressive and we are all looking into the ballot box as though our lives depended on it, which in actual fact a lot of lives depended on who you vote for. So if you make a decision, the candidate you make a decision for can either impact you positively or negatively. I can assure the people of Ghana that at least from where I sit, this election we will go through it. Difficult as it is, we are going to go through it and be victorious. So nobody should panic. People should just go ahead and go and work. They should go and do their work. Go ahead and campaign. And nobody is going to steal election as it's being bundled around. It's not going to happen. Elections, if you listen to this U.S. election we are talking about, it is the media houses that are calling the election. So they say, oh, so and so, Fox has called for this. This one has called for that. In Ghana, we have gotten there. When they finish counting at the polling station and the numbers are mentioned, everybody gets it at the polling station. I don't believe that after we have collated everything at the various polling stations and we put it together, some EC official or somebody somewhere is going to say that whatever you have collated, I have vetoed it or I have cancelled it. It's not going to happen anywhere in a country called Ghana. It won't happen. So whether somebody is saying an EC official is put there to steal an election or it's not going to happen. If you don't work well, the polling station will count. Everybody is standing there. The numbers are mentioned. And if the numbers are mentioned, then you lose, you lose. You win, you win. And by the time the EC officials are getting it, even at the region level, it won't get to national. By the time it is at the regional office of the EC, Metro has mentioned it. Other stations have mentioned it. And I don't know what anybody can do about that. Everybody knows it. Unless you play the trick, you do what was done the previous time where somebody says, I don't have my numbers, but I still won. Everybody should collate his own. Go to the polling station and collate and speak to people. Now what we are doing is campaigning. the allegations of fraud and stealing, and if Doc will remember the day Omani Mahama broke his story here, that 50,000 people, we were on the show, and I was saying that this thing, it will not happen, and it never happened. He was just throwing dust into our eyes, and
He wasn't.
Oh, he was.
He wasn't.
Oh, Doc, please, I still stand by that. I said, with the kind of social media we have today, if they had those numbers, Doc, would you have had time, would your phone's battery not go off within seconds? It will be everywhere. I haven't seen them. So if I haven't seen them, they don't exist.
The Electoral Commission didn't dispute those figures. All the Electoral Commission said was that was the reason why they had the exhibition.
But that is
once
it.
those issues come up, they would resolve them. So if you say that he threw dust into the eyes of people...
Look, that was what we said that day here. That the reason why exhibition is done is as simple as go and look whether there are mistakes and let's correct them.
But you remember that day, I also said here that the Electoral Commission in the first instance denied, especially what happened up north. They denied it.
No.
Their initial statement. They denied it. It was after...
I am not interested in the various statements that were traded up and down.
My point is that we ought to be factual with the issues. The Electoral Commission, when the issue was raised, their initial response was to say it is not true. Before they came back to say that yes, it was an officer.
Which issue? You don't mix all the issues.
The transfer.
Okay, I'm not talking about transfer.
Yeah,
Omani Mahama mentioned 50,000 dead people on the register that day. He mentioned 284,000 or something. I've forgotten the exact number. I think 284,000 people who were transferred.
Yes.
Those numbers were never proven. And let me tell you, look at something that I remember very well at the EC meeting, the one that was telecasted, the IPAC meeting. If you remember, I think the CPP rep there said that he cannot understand why we are demonstrating the draft documents. I agree with him. The document we said is a provisional register that has been displayed for people to go and have a look. And if you see a mistake, report it. The 50,000 people he was talking about, I asked you that day, were they part of my grandmother who died within this same period and had been buried, and we have sent her name for her name to be deleted because the family has sent the name to be deleted, or somebody who might have died from whichever family. Are they part of the 50,000 or some different 50,000? I asked this question. And that different 50,000, where are they? Because that 50,000 he was talking about, if he used some algorithm or whatever to find them, they might also have been found by their own people. The family members would have done.
But the EC itself conceded.
No, what I'm saying is...
we added things that we shouldn't have added. We brought a list that was not related to this particular register, and that was added in explaining why all those things happened.
Look, all I'm saying is he made a specific allegation. The issues are many. I don't want to bundle all of them.
He made specific allegations.
But the issues that he raised, and I said that day that I am doubting them. The 50,000 was one of them. And I couldn't understand why or whether that 50,000 was a group of people who they have found outside the other people that families would have also notified the EC or might have even omitted to notify the EC that they are dead. Were they separate 50,000? When he said, there is a massive transfer of votes, like the one that happened in Manchia South, for example. Somebody moved people, they went and registered. The right thing was done that day, and the right thing that was done was that somebody went to court and said that these people, they went outside the jurisdiction of the law. They don't stay here, and they have come to register here. So let some action be taken, and the action was ordered by a court of competent jurisdiction. And all we are saying, or what I'm referencing is that, in fact, let's not take it out of context. The context within which I am speaking is that if anybody is telling somebody that somebody is going to rig election, and for that matter, this and that is going to happen. And I am saying...
Are you suggesting that elections cannot be rigged?
No, I am suggesting that nobody should put his mind to the fact that somebody is preparing to rig election. We, the MPP, we are not preparing to rig election. We are campaigning. Before we started campaigning, they were saying, MPP had lost. people were giving 30, 70, 20, 80 percentages. By the middle of the campaign, we started hearing, 50, 50, 40, 60. We are campaigning. Everybody is moving. The day before elections, things can change. As I am speaking to you now, credible polls I have confidence in is telling me that the MPP is in the lead.
Polls from where?
Don't worry. We are working and we are on the ground.
Oh no, you said credible polls.
Credible polls that I have confidence in.
Public polls.
Listen to what I said.
Yes.
Credible polls
yes.
that I have confidence in
yes.
is telling me that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is in a lead.
Yes, so I'm asking
and I'm telling the MPP,
I want to know.
Oh, we are running our polls. You think all the polls are the ones you are discussing? Because everybody who is serious.
No, you when you say credible polls.
Credible polls I have confidence in. Please, if you heard what I said.
Okay, so
if I have run my polls,
yes.
and I have confidence in the polls I have run, not what somebody had run and whether he did it the right way or the wrong way, but credible polls that I have confidence in.
Okay.
I am telling you that, I'm telling the people who are listening to me that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is in a very, 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 very good lead now, as we speak. And therefore, if anybody comes with any poll whatsoever, telling you, oh, this poll is saying A, this poll is saying B, I am telling you on authority that this poll I am referencing is polls that I have confidence in, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is in the lead. Whether somebody accepts or not, I am using this to tell the people who are working for the MPP that the MPP, the work you are doing is yielding results. Do not relent, do not lose confidence. Just keep moving, and you are winning this election.
All right.